Right guys, so it's been a little while since we've made a video like this, but today I've decided to go back to the roots of this channel guys. We're doing an original Nioxy styled video about foam farming obviously. So yeah guys, let's get right into it. Foam farming in 2022. Is it worth it? Let's find out. So first off, am I still farming? Well, after a month of not uploading, you guys are probably wondering, well, what's happening to the foam farm? And the simple answer to that is, well, nothing. It is currently still running the same exact setup, and yeah guys, it's still going just the same. That brings us to the next question: is foam farming worth it? Well, obviously guys, this is today's video topic, so let's find out. Starting off with the pros, we obviously have low cost. You guys can get into foam farming with pretty much little to no experience, and overall guys, you'll find that foam farming has a very low barrier to entry, even cost wise. As well, you guys will find high returns, not so much in the amount of money you will receive from foam farming, but rather the percentage that you actually yield based on your invested capital. And of course guys, it is semi-passive and expandable, making it somewhat ideal for pretty much anybody that is just starting off and needs a little bit of extra cash. So now here are the downsides to taking on a foam farm, and well, the first one being that there is some maintenance involved. Now this maintenance just includes your daily actions, and that will take around 15 minutes depending on how many phones you have. Personally, for me, it takes 15 minutes, that is, every day. So I do that in the morning, but guys, just keep in mind, I do have roughly around 80 phones. So if you're just starting off and have maybe 5 to 10 phones, it's not going to take you anywhere that long. Next issue that you guys may run into is actually bans and basically the sustainability of foam farming. So funny enough guys, recently I have received a ban from 2 of our best earning apps, and when you guys get these bans, usually it goes across the entire farm, which in my experience is exactly what happens. So now I'm working on basically resetting the phone, factory resetting it that is, and hopefully getting those apps back on and running. And that brings us to our next point about sustainability. And basically guys, this business model of foam farming, I'm not too sure how the longevity of this will actually turn out. In my personal opinion, I think that we still got a decent amount of time, a few years maybe. Now despite the original foam farming apps such as Perk and Ulotto going away, by the way, if you don't already know, that happened a long time ago, and to some that may have already signaled the end of foam farming. However, obviously guys, we are still foam farming successfully right now. Now in my honest personal opinion guys, I do not think these apps will continue to go away. Now what I mean by that is, yes, maybe a certain company may shut down or other apps might go down, but I think guys, there will always be something else that comes in and takes its place. So with that being said, the only thing that I really do think would actually change the sustainability of foam farming is actually the earnings of the apps. So if we were to actually look at this like a chart guys, I will say foam farming earnings probably have went down over time throughout the years, while simultaneously there would be a line going straight up for difficulty of managing a foam farm, because it pretty much gets harder to actually earn rewards and you get less of it. So there would probably be a time where there would just be such a big difference where it's no longer worth doing. But do I see that anytime soon? Probably not. I think we still got a good few years. And the last con, which is obvious guys, it won't make you rich. Keep in mind when you guys go into foam farming, just don't expect anything too crazy, because you're not going to be doing millions of dollars off of it, or even hundreds of thousands or anywhere near those numbers. Now my personal goal with foam farming, if I can make anywhere between 1,000 to 2,000 a month, which we just have to expand the farm to get there, honestly I'd be happy with that, and there would become a point where managing the phones is a full-time job, so that's not something I want to do. So realistically guys, getting anywhere between $1,000 to $2,000 is doable, and to do so essentially guys is going to take roughly around 100 to 150 phones, I'm going to estimate. Obviously we're not there, so I'm going to have to pretty much double the size of my phone farm to reach those numbers, of which we're documenting this journey on this channel right here. So make sure you guys actually subscribe so you don't miss out on any future foam farming content. Now if you guys do decide to get into foam farming, or even just have one singular Android phone that you guys have for your personal use, you can actually utilize these apps right here to start earning some passive income. Starting with the first type of apps, we have Swipe Screen, so S'mores, My Robinhood, and 101 Sweets. By the way, I will have all the links to the apps in the description for you guys, so make sure you guys go ahead and check those out. Next up, we have Feature Points, a very straightforward app to use. Just download it and run the Play and Earn. Essentially, you guys are going to download sponsored apps from Feature Points and you're going to actually run them passively. Now, once you guys actually run the sponsored apps using Feature Points, you guys will start earning that passive income just by having it simply on the app. Lastly, on our beginners list, we have Reclaim, just a background running app. Once you set it up, you don't have to do anything. You don't even have to have the app opened or your phone on for that matter. And it will continuously pay you passive income for pretty much keeping the app on your phone. So by utilizing all these apps right here, you guys will receive around 36 cents per day per device consistently, and upwards to $2 a day with Feature Points depending on your offers that you actually have available, which obviously varies depending on your geographic location and your phone model. Obviously guys, this is just going to be a quick overview video. I'm not actually going to show you guys exactly how to use these apps. If you guys do want a full tutorial, I will link a playlist either at the end of the video or in the description for you guys, so make sure you guys go ahead and check that out at the end of this video, where you guys can actually learn how to use these apps. So yeah, so that brings us to the big question: should you start a phone farm? Well guys, it depends, because for phone farming, at least for me, I see it as a means to obtaining capital that you guys can use to build other businesses. So if you're also in the same boat and you guys are trying to build up other businesses and need some capital without basically getting a job, or even if you do have a job and want even more money coming in, phone farming is a great option to actually get started with that. Or I mean, if you guys just want some extra cash to pay some expenses and don't mind messing around with some phones once in a while, well guys, phone farming is definitely for you. Now here is where it's not worth it if you guys already have bigger streams of income that needs attention. So let's say you run, I don't know, maybe a massive dropshipping store that does amazing numbers, or if you guys just simply have a very busy life with a full-time career and you're already established, well guys, phone farming may not be for you. Now here are a few things that you might want to consider before starting. Obviously, location is a #1 thing, better earnings in North America. If you guys don't already know, these apps for phone farming that we use is actually targeted towards North Americans and mainly the US. Not to say that people outside of those countries can't use phone farming apps or even just start a phone farm. I know a few of you guys are from like UK, Australia, and other places around the world that are actually phone farming successfully. But just keep that in mind before starting, and do your research before wasting your money on a bunch of old phones. Now, the other thing you guys have to keep in mind is the willingness to maintain your farm. You guys have to maintain your farm. It's not something that you set and forget forever. Well, technically you can phone farm like that by using apps such as Reclaim and just leaving it forever untouched. Here's the thing though, if you guys decide to do that, just know that your earnings will be very, very slim. But yeah guys, if you're willing to dedicate some time every day to work on your farm, we're not talking anything crazy, like I said, around 10 to 15 minutes a day on average. That is with an 80 phone sized farm. So if you guys have less phones, obviously, I would say around 1 to 2 minutes every single day for anyone starting out. And that brings me to my next point. My suggestions right here for beginners, guys, is to start with around 5 to 10 phones, or even just 1 or 2 if you don't have any capital to buy 5 to 10 phones. And if you guys follow the methods demonstrated on this channel, you guys will actually receive an ROI within 4 months. Now from there, you guys will reinvest the profits to expand. Don't spend any of it, guys. Make sure you go ahead and actually put it towards more phones if you're just starting out. Now once you guys actually obtain 5 to 10 phones, you guys can actually exponentially grow your phone farm just by simply reinvesting the profits you receive. And one big thing, guys, remember, this is not risk-free. One of these days, if something crazy happens and all these apps just disappear, you will be left literally just with a bunch of old phones. Obviously, there will be some resale value on them, and you guys probably could just sell them as, well, old/used phones. Now, obviously, that is not ideal, so if you guys were just to follow the methods on this channel and get your ROI within 4 months, Now I'm telling you guys this for now, I'm not trying to sell you guys anything. I have nothing for sale, no courses, no nothing. Essentially guys, 4 months ROI, I'm just gonna say that's pretty good. Because at least in my experience, I don't have any other investment that has an ROI within 4 months. So yeah guys, you wanted to see an original Nioxy style video, back to the roots of this channel, and yeah guys, here it is. But before we go, a word from today's sponsor. I'm just kidding.